Hey everybody, it's Liz and Kayla.
Hi!
And we're back to share with you our projects that we created using Discount Paper Crafts May Card Kit. And this one's a little bit different than the past kits because it's more of a little masculine vibe to the paper pads and to the paper pad itself. And we had a lot of fun because it is different, and we definitely wanted to go for a more masculine feel. I know masculine cards can be such a challenge. I know they are to me, of course. You know, we want to pretty them up with flowers and things like that, but for masculine cards, I don't think that's always the way to go. But anyway, let me share with you real quick what you get in your kit, and then I will go ahead and share with you the cards that Kayla and I created using the fabulous kit, okay? And I will put the links below to the kit itself and to Kathy's shop down below in the description so you guys can go take a look. But anyways, the kit, first of all, you're going to get 5 pieces of cardstock. Really nice, sturdy cardstock. I love the cardstock that Kathy has in her shop. And you're going to get 5 different colors. You're going to get a green here, and these sheets are 8.5 by 10, or I mean, sorry, 8.5 by 11, I believe that's the measurement, but very nice and sturdy, very thick cardstock, perfect for card making. This one's more like a tan color, and these are just scraps, of course. This is a dark blue, almost like a navy or royal blue actually, and this is a dark brown. And you're also going to get a yellow one, but I used every last bit of that up, so I don't have, you know, a little piece to show you. So you're going to get 5 pieces of cardstock, and the main part of the kit, bless you honey, that was Kayla sneezing, is this really cool paper pad. It's a 6x6 paper pad. I'm sorry about the glare here. It's called Reflections by Lori Whitlock, and it's by Echo Paper Company. Oh my gosh, getting tongue-tied here. But anyways, they are 24 double-sided sheets, and as you can see from the cover here, the colors are awesome. There's a lot of browns, greens, blues, perfect masculine colors, I think. And the colors look really, really good together. When you put everything together, it looks amazing. And of course, you can see a lot of the scraps that I used, because I used a lot of the paper pad, you guys. Let me show you just a few pages that are still intact. I've got a lot of scraps here. But see, look at really cool pages. And I love this paper. It's a really nice, thick feel. You've got music sheets. And look at this. I love the map. And this is perfect for like a travel theme. You don't have to do cards. You can do it like a mini album or any type of small project. But this would be great. I love that. I love these backgrounds here. And again, you don't have to stick with masculine feel. That's just what I wanted to create because that's the vibe that I got from the papers, you know. And Father's Day is around the corner, you guys. June will be here before you know it. I've got a couple of my son's birthdays actually in June as well, so I've got a card for him as well. And I mean, this pad is perfect for, you know, your masculine projects. Awesome. Because it's not a traditional, you know, like it doesn't have cars or, you know, little things like that. So I really love this. This one's one of my favorite pages here. It's got the postcards and the stamps. I think it's really cool. Love that vintage camera. Very, very awesome papers, you guys. And as you can see, I used most of them up. I don't have a whole lot of pages to show you, but it's a great paper pad, and this is, you know, part of the kit as well. You're also going to get the Mechanicals, Finnabair Mechanicals 8-piece, and they are these really cool metal pieces. They almost seem like washers and things like that, but of course, you know, they come in different shapes. As you can see, we used 4 of them already in our projects, and there's 4 left. And they come in a variety of metallic colors. So you get some coppery ones, antique gold, and then the silver as well. So these are awesome, and I love using metal in my projects. I love incorporating metal into them. It's just a great look. You're also going to get a package of trims, and these trims are, of course, more of a masculine feel. No lace here, girls, but these are awesome. Love the burlap, of course, and then you've got this really cool, almost like a rope trim here. Then you've got some jute. This one's just like a natural, and then this one's a 2-tone. And you can see we used quite a bit of that as well. We used a lot of the burlap as well. But these are great to add to the cards, and they coordinate very well with the papers. So perfect addition here. And then you're also going to receive the Petaloo package here. And I'm sorry about the glare. Let me see if I could show you better. Let me see. Maybe like that. Okay, there we go. And these are really cool. They're textured elements, and they include flowers and butterflies, and they're actual burlap, and they're really, really nice to work with. They're a beautiful green color, and the green goes perfectly with the paper pad. It coordinates very well, and of course this is more of a feminine feel if you want to do that, because you don't have to do masculine. It's just what I wanted to do because I know it's a challenge for a lot of us, and maybe I can give you some ideas that will help you create some masculine cards of your own. So we did create one feminine card, so I will show you that at the end where we use some of these flowers. So very, very nice. You're also going to receive 2 of the Tim Holtz adornments. These are the arrows. Very, very cool. And there's 2 sizes. This is the larger one. We did not use the larger one. We did use the small one. And these are really nice, you guys, because they're actually quite small, but, well, not small, but you know what I mean. But it's a really good, solid piece of metal for the size that it is. So these are great. Love the detail, too. Awesome. So these are really cool. So that's what you get in your kit, and like I said, it is available at Discount Paper Crafts. You can definitely go purchase your kit, get your hands on it. It's a great deal, you guys. It really is. Now let me show you the projects that we created. We created a total of 5 cards, and we wanted to go for like really big cards, so I used up a lot of the card stock. And Kayla, where's my little helper? Come on down here. Alright, so let's start with our first card here. Alright, here we go. So this is our first card, you guys. All our cards are going to be 5.5 by 5.5. We wanted to go for, larger cards so we can add more details, definitely incorporate a lot of the pattern papers into our cards, and do lots of layers. Kayla and I love to layer, our cards. I think it's just a great element. But anyways, Kayla, what did you do to the papers here?
I distressed them with our distress tool.
You did. Very good. And what else did we do here?
We also got this frail cardboard, and we used some warm white acrylic paint on it and just put a little bit of that, and it came out like this.
Yeah, very good. And you want to talk about the stamp here? Who are the stamps from? Bless
Sorry.
you. Kayla's got allergies, so she's going to be sneezing quite a bit. But okay.
This is our Tim Holtz stamp, and it says, "Live the life you've imagined," and we just added a little small arrow to that.
Yeah, that's where we use a little arrow. As you can see, we did layer quite a bit of papers here. We've got some pattern papers, some cardstock, just layered over the other. All the edges are distressed from, with the distress tool. Here's just a piece of corrugated board from like a cardboard box. We tore off, the first layer, added some warm white acrylic paint. And then these little postcards here and the stamps are fussy cut from one of the pattern papers, the one that I showed you with all the postcards. And over here I just fussy cut this little stamp and added a cute little paper clip to the postcard. And all of the edges are inked with the frayed burlap, just to give it a more of a distressed look and a vintage feel. So again, here are some more fussy cut elements from the paper and the stamps as well. For the main part of our card, we just stamped onto ivory cardstock using some, this is walnut stain, and of course black soot. Then all the edges are distressed with the frayed burlap and the distress tool as well. And then, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see it, but see how there's like little blue splotches here? This is also Tim Holtz stamp. And I used some blue ink to create the look of rainfall, because he is holding an umbrella. So very cool. And of course, here's the cute little arrow that we used that comes in your kit. So very, very cool card. Very masculine, of course. I love the colors. Love how everything, just comes together real good. It's really a cute card, I think. It reminds me of sort of like a traveling type, vibe, with all the postage, the postcards, and of course the little guy with his umbrella. He's traveling and going around the world or whatever. But really cool card, you guys. So that's our first card. And then our second card. Go ahead and talk about it, baby girl.
This one we just used some of our yellow cardstock, and we have these cute little gears. There is 7, and on here we did not distress any of our papers, but we just inked them with some
walnut stain.
Walnut stain. I always forget.
You always forget, I know.
And then here we just cut out this from the paper. We fussy cut it and said count your blessings, and we also inked that with walnut stain. Here I just painted this little car, with a navy blue, simple navy blue. And I gave it 2 coats, let it dry, of course. And then we used our metallic paint, our
gunmetal.
I'm sorry.
It's okay.
And we also used metallic paint on these little parts. And then after all that just dried and to the tire, I just sanded that down to peel some of the paint and make it look more old. And then here we have some of those little Tim Holtz buttons. They're
the Finnabair ones.
Finnabair. And they were copper at first, but we just used some metallic paint on them.
I know, isn't that cool? And this is how we use the little Finnabair, the Prima pieces here. We use them as part of the hubcaps for the old jalopy. Really cool. And like Kayla said, we painted them both the gunmetal to coordinate. And then of course you can see that they're mismatched. It is an old jalopy after all. So there you go.
Oh, and here is some of our burlap trim.
Yeah, we've got the burlap trim that comes all the way across. And I know you can see some of that glare, and that is due to the fact that we added a piece of acetate behind the die cut to you know, give it the look of windows. And let me tell you something about this chipboard here, the die cut piece. It's actually part of the kit, technically. When Kathy sends you your kit, she does a great job of packaging everything so it doesn't get damaged. She puts the cardstock pieces between, I should say, 2 chipboard pieces. So how awesome, right? Now you've got chipboard pieces that you can use for your die cuts, and that's exactly what we did. That's how we die cut this old jalopy, using the chipboard that comes in our kit. So it's a great way to use every last piece of everything that comes in your kit, and I always try to do that. I try to incorporate as much as I can into my project. So awesome. You get a little mini bonus there with the chipboard. And like Kayla said, this was fussy cut from one of the papers. It's just a little words, but we created a sentiment out of it. So it says, "Count your blessings." Very cool. And then I've got all the gears on there. So really, really cool card, you guys. I think it's great for, you know, Father's Day or a masculine birthday. Awesome card. So moving on. Oh, this one's one of my favorites, I think. Look at this. I love this card. I think Kayla really liked this one because she got down and dirty. How did you create the clock? Remember the...
We just started with a simple brown paint, and of course we did a couple coats, and I used my finger and just put it on there. And then after that dried, I believe we used
the puffy paint, remember?
Yeah, the puffy paint from the t-shirt section at Michael's. Getting tongue-tied here. Then after that dried, we just used some, I believe it was black soot.
Yeah, black soot.
Just rubbed it on.
Look how cool that pocket watch looks. I think it looks really, really awesome. I think this is one of my favorite cards. Again, it is a 5.5 by 5.5 card. We started off with the cardstock base, of course. Then we layer different pieces of pattern paper on top of that. All the pattern paper pieces are distressed with the distress tool, and we just layered one over the other. Here's another piece here. And of course we did a little bit of paint splattering. This one's more, not grungy, but you know, just got a grungier feel, I would say. So we just splattered some paint all over the background. I'm sure you can see some of the splattering right here, just with some brown paint. This is again one of the pieces that we use the chipboard for, and it would work perfectly. It's the pocket watch die. Like Kayla said, she gave it 2 coats of a dark brown paint with her fingers to give it an uneven look and very, you know, texture look. Then we use the puffy paint. The puffy paint you can find in the fabric aisle in your craft store. And it's got a really cool metallic finish, really nice. And then over here we used one of the pattern papers, and we used our Big Shot and ran it through with our embossing folder. This is the Steampunk, I think, or Gears or something like that. I forgot what it was called, by Tim Holtz. And then we rubbed some of the metallic paint over the raised edges of the embossing. So it came out really cool. And of course there's some black soot in there to give it more of a grungy feel. I've got some gears going on. And this actually was inspired, if you guys follow Tim Holtz's blog, you know how he creates his monthly tags? This one was inspired by the January tag. He did the same technique almost, and I really liked it, so I wanted to incorporate it into my card. I think it came out really nice. And then the little banners are just cut from little strips of the pattern papers, and I just stamped "You're the Best" on there. I did emboss it with some white embossing powder so that it could stand out, you know, in front of that dark background. And then I've got some brads here just to kind of anchor these pieces down. Really cool. And of course, for my pocket watch, it needs a chain. So I've got this really cool copper chain that I had picked up a while back, and it's got gears on it already, so it's really perfect. And it just goes right across. I glued a little piece down here, and then I have this piece dangling with a gear at the end. Very neat. And over here, I just have a strip that we tore one of the edges. I wanted a torn look. I think, let me see, no, this one was not inked. Oh, actually it was, with some frayed burlap. You can see some of the inking. And then I've got some of that jute twine. We wrapped it twice around this piece before we adhered it on there. And then I've got the letters. These are by Tim Holtz, and they're black. And I took some distressed powder in walnut stain, and basically what I did, I just dabbed some Versamark on there and then added the distressed powders. And with my heat tool, it caused the plastic to melt a little bit, which is really cool. That's kind of the look I wanted. And the distressed powders create an awesome texture on that. And then on top of that, we just dabbed a little bit of the same coppery paint we used for the clock, the pocket watch. So very cool. And this card is going to be for Father's Day for my hubby. And he, you know, he's more of a grungy guy. He's not into flowers, so of course, well, not on his cards, of course. So this one's for him. So next card, baby girl.
Traveling.
Hold on. Here, I'll hold it. You talk about it.
So on here, it was kind of simple, but it's also popping out at you. Here we did not distress any of our papers. We just inked them around with, I believe it was
frayed burlap.
Frayed burlap, that's it. And we just added some of our burlap trim and some cheesecloth while we adhered our papers. And here, this is one of the
Fit-a-bear.
Fit-a-bear pieces. And we just attached this compass and used the little brad to attach the game spinner, and it moves.
Yeah.
Due to that
really
brad.
Cool.
And it says memories all over.
Mm-hmm.
And then here I just colored the boat with our distress inks. And I believe it was something walnut.
No, this one was, we used frayed burlap and antique linen to color the ship. And what did you use to color it? Do you remember?
I used the frayed burlap to color the shadows in the antique
right, but
linen.
how did you color it, silly?
With a water brush.
With a water brush. See, look how cool.
And then we just stamped on these little birds to make symbols.
Yeah, very cool. I love how you created the shadows, Kayla, with the darker distress ink. Came out very nice. Mm-hmm. You did a great job coloring, didn't she, guys? Really, really great. She loves to cut. You're welcome. So I really love this card. I think it might be maybe my first favorite, maybe my second. I'm not sure. It's kind of tied between this one and the pocket watch. But I like this because I used, I wanted a really nautical feel. I've always been into nautical things. I don't know why, because I can't swim, but it doesn't matter. I just love that sort of thing. But to create these waves, I used the strips of pattern paper. And what I did is I used my Tim Holtz scroll work on the edge die, and it gives it like the look of waves, you know, so it came out really neat. The edges are all distressed, or inked I should say, with the frayed burlap, and then they're layered on top of one another with some foam tape to give it dimension. So it just looks like waves, you know, in front of the ship. It looks really cool. And then over here we've got some more of that jute twine. And then we created a cute little tag with one of the pieces of scrapped here. We stamped the word hello. And just kind of made like a little knot. I wanted to do like a nautical knot, but it didn't work out so good. I don't know what they're called. I know there's a word for the type of knot, but you know, I did what I could. But this is our card, and I think it came out really cool. I love it, and this is a great way to, you know, use the map. See in the background, came out awesome. I love it. Kayla did a wonderful job coloring too. All right, our last card.
Ta-da!
Ta-da! See, you can do feminine with this paper pad as well. You don't have to stick to the masculine theme. So we did want to showcase the fact that you can, create a more feminine look here. And this one I wanted to do more of a rustic feel to the card. I wanted it girly, of course, but not, your usual girly, pinks and things like that. But of course, there's no pinks in here, but
it's not super girly.
It's not super girly. It's like for the country girl. You know what I mean? I love it. I think it came out really, really cool. Again, it is a 5.5 by 5.5 card. This is where we use the green cardstock. We layered some of the pattern paper over the other. All the edges are distressed with our distress tool. Kayla did a great job distressing everything. That's one of her favorite things to do. I always tell her, come distress these papers, and she loves it. So she did a great job distressing, I think. Because she gets messy and gets little flakes of paper all over herself. And back here in the background, I wanted to create, those metallic sheds that, some people have in their yard. I don't know what this metal would be called. I do. It just skipped my mind right now, but I think you guys might know, but I'm not sure.
Frayed?
No, not frayed. I don't know, but it's like, corrugated metal maybe? I'm not sure. But I wanted that look, and this is a corrugated piece of cardboard from the Die Cuts with a View corrugated stack, and it's in a gray color that coordinates very well with the background here. And I did paint some warm white on there to give it a more of that look that I was going for, I think you guys know what I'm talking about. But so I've got that piece here. The edges are torn. I wanted a torn look. And this card is extremely dimensional, you guys. Look at that. You can see all the dimension on there. And I have a little bird cage here. This is just a little wood bird cage from Michael's. I left it a natural color, but I did ink it up a little bit because I wanted some of the wood to show through. I covered it with, actually, you know what? I take it back. This one I didn't leave it natural. I stained it with the Wild Honey, I think it's called, the Tim Holtz Distress Stain. And then after that, I went over it with some rock candy just to give it some sheen and a little bit of crackle effect. And then over that, we distressed it with the frayed burlap. And then I hope you guys can see that little bird behind there. That's part of one of the Tim Holtz dies, and we just die cut it using a piece of the music sheet paper. So he's back there kind of just chilling. And over here is where we use one of the Finnabair pieces. This is a piece that's really pretty and delicate.
We cut it in half.
We cut it in half, so there's half here and the other half over here behind our flower cluster. And I love those burlap flowers. Look how cool they look, right? Love it. The green, awesome. It makes the card really, really pop. And so what I did here is I just created a cluster of flowers using the frayed burlap flowers first, of course. I've got a couple flowers for my stash. These were inked using the same Distress Stain, Wild Honey. Perfect color, goes so well with the background. And then of course I've got some little die cut leaves using some of the pattern paper, and I have them tucked in and out from the cluster. Very cute. And here's another one of the little flowers, and then here's another one as well tucked behind here. Really, really nice. And I love the metal piece behind the flowers, you know what I mean? It's like it's a really cool contrast between very soft and then, you have the metallic, the hardness of the metal. I think it's awesome. And I did the same thing with the burlap trim here. The burlap is, rough around the edges, literally. And so I layered a piece of lace over that, and I think that gives it like a really, it's charming, it's sweet. I like it. I think it's very cool. And when I laid the burlap trim across, I wanted to create a little bit of a, I don't know if you guys are able to see that, but more of a ruffle look. See, so it's not completely flat. Very cool. And for the burlap trim, it comes a little bit wider, so I did cut it. I cut a little bit off, and then I frayed the edges. Basically, all you do is you just take, some of the little pieces out, and then I just frayed both of the edges here. So it came out really nice. Love how the lace looks, on top of the burlap. Looks really, really neat. And then over here is just one of the little burlap butterflies, and it's just really pretty here in the corner. And then to finish off our little card, we just made a little bow using some of that jute that we got in our design team package. Created a little double bow and added it to the top of the birdcage. Very, very quick, simple card, you guys. And our sentiment is just some stickers that we've had in our stash forever. They're little chipboard stickers, but they, have words on them. So this one says "So Special," and it was inked with some frayed burlap, and that's it. So awesome card, you guys. And the kit is fantastic. You guys, I know it's a challenge to create masculine cards, and I think the main thing I think, is the papers. You've got to choose the right papers, you know, to give it that look that you want, the more masculine feel. And I think this paper pad is just perfect for that. So, I mean, with this kit, you can't go wrong. We all have some of these Tim Holtz dies at home and Tim Holtz stamps. So what a great way to incorporate them into our more masculine, you know, projects, I think. So these are our cards, you guys. Do you want to hold on to this one? This one's a little top heavy, I think, because of the metal. So Kayla might want to hold on to it. There you go. I got to find a way to make it stand up on its own. But here are our cards, you guys, and we had so much fun. We really did, because this one was a little bit it's different than what we've done in the past. You know, we always do such feminine work or cards. I loved doing masculine and incorporating some of our Tim Holtz things into them. And the kit is so awesome because it comes complete with everything that you need to create these beautiful cards. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Definitely go check out Kathy's shop. She has all the new mid-season releases, so you guys can definitely get your hands on those, plus this amazing kit. And you guys, Father's Day is right around the corner. Believe me, June will be here before you know it.
Before you know it.
Before you know it. So, great way to get started on those masculine projects, don't you think? Anyways, thank you so much for watching, you guys. And Kayla, got anything to say?
Bye-bye!
Alright, thank you so much, guys. We'll see you all real soon. Bye-bye.